And a very good morning, everybody. Welcome along to round number 9 of the championship. Oh, round number 8, I beg your pardon, of the championship. It's going to be an absolute ripper today. Gee, they've picked a fantastic race circuit to come and play out. We're currently watching the championship leader, Alexander Borgersrud, who's had gee, I time it badly with this guy. And look, there's some reasons why he's struggling out there a little bit. Just before we take a look at the track map and the championship standings, Alex wrote to me this morning and said that he's had problem with his force feedback and had to do all of his practice without force feedback. He said he's got it going, however, it just doesn't feel right. It does not feel right. So the Norwegian is absolutely under the pump at the moment. Let's take a look at the circuit we're at. We're at Virginia International Raceway, but boy, oh boy, haven't they chosen a great layout. It's called the Grand layout. And as you can see, they come down the straight, then they flick back and do the entire section of the track. It's an absolute ripper, and it's really, really testing. That championship looks this way. Alexander Borgersrud leads at the moment with 206. This is with the worst 4 results taken out. Nathan Morony is nice and close behind. Christopher Casiano in 3rd. And Gapinski doing a great job. Shaun's back there in 4th spot, rounding out the top 5. Here's Matt on 104 points. So we're just waiting for a time to be posted here to give us an idea of who's going to be quick. And have we had any incidents out there? Let's have a quick look and see. No, everyone's stayed on track so far except for the man we're currently watching. Great to see also today quite a few names joining the ranks here that we haven't seen racing in the series before. So looking forward to see how they go. Quite a few Americans have joined the ranks. Hanson's one, Greg Boyce I haven't seen before, Kirk Stanley. So guys, welcome along. There's probably a few I haven't mentioned. Zach Plum's back to play from the UK, which is great to see. 3.9k driver. He's just been given a black flag for doing something wrong. I say that he'll be coming out of pit lane, but we will see in a moment. So, Jack, good to have you all on board. I can see quite a few people have joined us on both YouTube and, of course, Twitch. So we're streaming on both formats today as we try and perfect our commentary broadcasts of these races. We've got some big things planned for the not-too-distant future, too. So... Alexander, yeah, I know. I'm just about to try and find somebody else. Don't worry, bud. There we go. Hey, as they say, let's find somebody else. Here's Bryon Hanson making his ways in 14th, well, the 14th qualifier for this one. So let's see what sort of time he can do. It's about a 3-minute track. Degasis, he's doing sensationally well. I am a death wish to everybody, aren't I? Toomey, who had an interesting round last round, was up there fighting at the front of the pack. Very, very committed. Wright, of course, who we all know has helped put all this together and somehow manages to find time to come out and race as well. Oh, sorry, Alex, you cracked me up. Using all of the track. I've raced this in the MX-5 Advanced Series, but not in the Formula V. In the Formula V, I think it'll be a great track to race. A lot of fun. I should have jumped in on their practice session. Oh, too, and for the organisers, just an apologies. I clicked spectate for this round, but I've actually come up as a driver in this round. So it's going to take a little bit of time for everybody to grid up because they're going to be waiting for somebody who's not going to be out there. Now, Lachlan Purvis, the Aussie, with a 5.1k rated driver, has gone to 3.04922 to be fastest at the moment. Braden Sagasa is now second quickest with a 3.05.564. Toomey sitting back there in 3rd spot. Once again showing he's very competitive. Wright in 4th. Nathan Morony in 5th at the moment. Another lap to go. A 15-minute session for qualifying, so plenty of time for them to sort themselves out before we get stuck into today's race. which I'm expecting to be quite dramatic. But I've said that before, and then we've had very quiet races, so who knows? Let's jump on board with Nathan. In fact, let's go for the cockpit view and get an idea of what this track is like. Into the left-hander. Is it a lift? No, stays flat through there. Comes down to the double right. Vital part of the circuit. Not so much this turn, but definitely this turn. This is where you get all your speed. A little bit of scrub there as he turns to go down this straight. And just over the peak of the hill, you've got this hard braking area where you turn right to come back in the opposite direction than you're going at the moment. Stays in fourth gear all the way up the hill. Here's the turn. Runs it nice and wide to try and get a good exit. On and off the throttle and run a little bit wide there, so that's going to be costly for Morony. Currently fifth fastest in the 49 car. He's pushing, you can tell by the attitude of the car. The car is moving around a hell of a lot. Stays in third through this section of the track. Difficult part here to get right the S's. Lines it up, does a great job. Had to get out of the gas just to get the car turned in. Most of you know this is the circuit, part of the circuit we were racing on in the Formula V series this week at Virginia Raceway. Down through the roller coaster. Lachlan still the quickest with a 3:04.922. But the new time's about to come up. Morony holds it in fourth through here. Tries to cut the track a little bit. Let's see what he can do. Toomey goes up to second quickest with a 3:05.297. Morony crosses the line. An invalid lap, I suggest. So no change. Lachlan is still the fastest man out there. Degasis, second quickest. Toomey has gone back to third with Degasis getting that 3:05.068. Bobby Wright in fourth, Morony in fifth. And Toomey had an issue a few moments ago. Let's check that out. Wow, it was a big issue. Whoa. Just run a little bit wide. Car snapped around. Couldn't gather it up. He tried to stay in the gas. Staats has had an issue a little bit earlier on as well. What did he do? Came down across the line? No, he's just decided to bow out of it. Todd Wakefield, during this qualifying session, got caught out. Yeah, just got a little bit too much ripple strip there. Gapinski, just an off track for him. And Thomas Tucker had an issue as well. But no, he's just pulled out of the session. So there we have it. I think everybody, or most everybody, as we go on board with Degasis, I think he's still on a flying lap, so I still think he's got a chance to improve. Down the back straight he goes. Coming up to the braking area for the right-hander. Nicely through there. Slides it in. Let's see how he goes down through these S's. Doing well. Sitting there in second. Using every piece of real estate he can find. Comes up towards the roller coaster. A little bit of understeer there as he tried to turn the car in. Onto the main straight he comes. Let's see what sort of time he can do. Currently sits second quickest. 3:05.068 on his previous lap. 3:04 now for Purvis. 3:04.771.
Cheers, Rob. No problem.
Degasis 3:04.779. Look at that. Nothing between them. Oh, my goodness.
Roll down.
Oh, my goodness. So it's going to be Purvis that's on pole position. I'll see if there's anyone else out there still doing a lap. No. Alexander is, but he doesn't want to be shown. Degasis. I think he's completed his two. There's only about a minute left to go in this session anyway. Todd's finished. Gehrig's finished. Hansen comes down across the line. His best is 14th with a 3:07.945. So the only person out there at the moment is this man, the championship leader. Joel in chat has said that he did some practice at this track and couldn't find the blind apexes. It's a tricky track. It's a very tricky track. As I say, I've done it in the MX-5, Joel, but I've not done it in the Formula V. And I think in the Formula V, it'd be way more dramatic than the MX-5. The MX-5 is just about body roll, where the Formula V is all about trying to catch as much speed through the turns as you can get. I dare say that'd catch you out. So we're not all that far off the start. Only 30 seconds left of the session. Alex is not going to be able to finish this lap, but at least he's getting some track time in, as mentioned earlier on. Had no forced feedback. Managed to get his forced feedback working again, but not to his regular desire, the way he normally feels it. So in some respects, he's learning a new car in some ways. And he is the last guy out there on the track. So we are standing by, ready to go racing here. The grid's now being set. Pole position.
Okay, here we go. 30-minute
Lachlan.
race. Let's have a good one.
Sits on pole position. It's going to be a mad dash down towards turn number 1. The field's starting to take shape now. I've been so looking forward to this all week. So it's Purvis, Degasis, Toomey. You've got Morony in 4th. Borgersrud in 5th. Then you go to Wright, Boyce, Gapinski in 8th, Degasis, and Rodrigo rounding out the top 10. He had a great round. Last round was right up the front, involved in all the battles, and I'm expecting the same from him. Todd Wakefield sitting back there in 11th, and Kerrick in a 4th.
It's working. You're good.
Zach Plum down there in 18th. Suleman Khan in 19th. And look at our championship leader back there in 21st with plenty of work to do. That's one way of... Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. That's Bradley. Alexander Borgersrud's in 5th. I apologise. He's still got plenty of work to do. I could see his car on that shot there, on the inside 3 back. I was wondering what was going on. So, Boo Bear. I like the name. Okay, rev start to build. Here we go. About to go racing. Degasis in 2nd spot. Will he move straight across to the right? Purvis gets off the line perfectly. Degasis does move straight across. Toomey comes forward. Here comes Nathan Morony and Alexander Borgersrud as well. Alex is going around the long way through turn 1. Quite a few positional changes further back through the field. Let's go back and take a look at some of them further back and see But they've all managed to get through turn one, which is awesome. Sagasa, there's our race leader trying to pull out a gap early. He's got 0.3 so far. No incidents on this opening lap so far. Purvis leading the way. Down towards the fast left-hander. Up the hill they come. Some good dice is taking place further back in the field, but you don't want that on the opening lap. Gapinski right in that slipstream behind Greg Boyce at the moment, with Robbie Wright just in front of him. Now there has been a coming together. Purvis has had an off track. Tucker was involved in a issue a moment ago. Let's go back and check that out. Oh, they've had an off track and a bit of a touch and looped themselves around.
Sorry, Mark.
Battles on for second. Sagasa under pressure. Toomey wants to have a bit of a go at this. Unable to pick up the spot on this first lap. Morony sitting in fourth, Alexander Borgersrud in fifth, then Robbie Wright in sixth. And the top five just starting to give themselves a half gap here. Hansen's had an issue. Looped around, great avoidance by Hansen. Kirk Stanley. Great avoidance from him as well. Suleman Khan just looping it round all on his own. Back to the race lead. The top three have pulled away. Wright's had an off track. Alexander Borgersrud's had an off track. Rodrigo Tostes has had an off track. Gapinski's had an off track. All of it going on. Morony was involved in an incident. That was just the off track, just got it wrong. Did he get tagged? Oh, look at that, the avoidance. That's why we've had so many off tracks. Wow. Wow, scary stuff. Purvis under pressure, Sagasa right behind him as they come down towards turn one. And Toomey's managed to stay in this battle. There's a huge gap of 4.2 seconds back to our championship leader in fourth, who's got Greg Boyce right behind him. Wright and Gapinski are swapping positions back there in the pack as well, as they all come down through turn one. They're the closest fight. But what a huge turn up with 26 minutes of this race left to go. The top three have absolutely bolted, and the top two in the championship not having their own way. Nathan Morony's back there in 14th spot, but we saw this last round at Suzuka. He had some issues there. He fell back through the pack, but was able to bridge that gap. There were a few people helping him, I might add, but hey, you take what you can get when you can get it, right? So he has got plenty of work to do. Alexander has got a stack of cars behind him. Boyce, Wright, Gapinski, all trying to find a way past there. And Lachlan Purvis out in front has got everything going his own way at the moment. A couple of drivers coming with him, and they're playing it smart. None of them are having a go. Degasis and Toomey are sitting there right behind. And that allows these guys to continue to maintain this 4.1 gap back to Alexander in fourth. But you know this won't last forever. Good smart V racing. Stay in the slipstream. Allow the guy that's leading the pack to just do the quick laps, and hopefully you can continue to expand the gap. We'll check it when they cross the start-finish line. It's fluctuating, almost like in a piano accordion. Alexander 4.3 down now. Boyce is playing the smart game, just sitting in there behind. So too Robbie Wright. And Gapinski sitting right behind him, keeping him honest as well. Back to the front. Onto the start, finish straight they come, yet again. Down towards turn one. Toomey only just holding down the slipstream. Is Degasis going to have a go this time around? No, he's playing the smart game. But I think Toomey wants second. No change in position there. 4.8 the gap back now to Alexander. So the guys out front are playing a smart game. Toomey with the fastest lap so far, a 3:05.112. Let's go back and take a look at another incident with Nathan. Yeah, just got a little bit loose a few moments ago. And Bryon Staats has had an issue as well. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, yes. Not fun. Not fun at all.
Rob, I have no practice on this track because I had no force feedback when I tried to practice. And now I have wrong force feedback, so it feels like shit. But I'm trying my best.
So there you heard it from Alexander.
You're doing a great job, Alex. Keep it up. Keep it up.
And Greg's giving him plenty of encouragement. Greg Boyce, that was.
Just listen to all these excuses. And Alex, we trust.
Alex telling you that he had no force feedback, but now has it, but it's not set the way he likes it. It's tough. It's tough. We've all been there. But, you know, this is sim racing, and at the end of the day, real racing, in real life, people have technical issues and things don't work. So you've got to face that from time to time. Good champions and deserving champions will make situations like this count. Now, obviously, the guys out in front are way quicker today than he's able to do by nearly 3/4 of a second, but it's about minimising your loss out here. As we watch the top three
Sorry, man, you came right over in front of me.
starting to pull away. Bryon Staats there. And Zach Plum may have had a little coming together. Well, had an off track. This is Zach. And, oh, yeah, a few of them did. And as they tried to rejoin, it got a little bit congested.
Yeah, take it back, mate. Take it back.
There's Greg Boyce. Staying right behind Alexander. Staying right in that slipstream. Good run from him. Gapinski very, very close now to Robbie Wright. Oh, problems. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, yeah. Just a lose down through the S. There's a little bit too much ripple strip for Bryon in the 00 car. No damage, though, so that's a good thing for him. Back to the pointy end. Lachlan Purvis. Just holding the command of this race at the moment. Degasis feints to the inside. That's more a protection move from Toomey than an attack for the race leader. And this gap continues to widen. It's out to 5.3 at the moment, with 20 minutes of this race left to go. When will they start fighting? When will it all happen? Ryan Hansen's got Zach Plum right behind him. What can Zach do? Qualified towards the back, but even though he's had a couple of incidents, he's trying to make his way forward and doing a pretty good job of it. A lot of time for this guy. I've raced with him a few times. Very, very good driver, very clean. Knows his craft well. Great to see him in the incidents. Now, Kerrig's had an incident out there on track. Let's go back and take a look at Dylan Kerrig. Oh, yes. Oh, just tagged the wall as well. That was Brian's issue. Let's leave that. We've seen that one. Back to the race lead. Situation status quo. So it's Purvis, Sagasa, Toomey, Burinchud in fourth spot, 5.4 down. Greg Boyce behind him. Robbie Wright, Gapinski rounds out your top 7. Now Boyce is playing the patient game here. He's sitting right up behind Alexander, who's just had a little bit of a moment. Beg your pardon, was that Todd Wakefield? Yeah, Todd Wakefield's had the off track. And so too did Alex. This is what I saw. But Greg's decided to sit back and not challenge too hard. So he's happy to go with the flow. And believe it or not, the gap has actually come down now to the guys up in front. He's taken 3/10 out as we watch him go up towards the roller coaster. Gapinski, what happened with him? Oh, that was that other incident. Zach Plum has had that off that we've seen. Sorry, it doesn't show me when new ones come up. I just see things flash on the incident panel. So sorry, Zach, we didn't mean to show it that many times. In fact, he has had the 2 offs. Nothing changes up front. You can see Sagasa closes up and then lifts. So he's quite happy to sit there. Toomey in the same situation. Sits back there in third. Just starting to fall off this battle a little bit though. Look at that, it's out to 0.8. We know he's quick. Let's see if he can close the gap. It's got it down by 1/10. Tries to get on the gas early, but the car objected slightly there. Back out to 0.8. He needs to stay in this. Alexander has lost another 1.6 because of that messy previous lap. Yeah, Toomey's closed it up. He's back up by just to be half a second off. Slipstream helping out there. These guys not making too many moves. There's Rodrigo. Sits there in 7th. Lots of championship points to be had. Degasis behind him. Gapinski's closed up. Starting to look a little bit racy. Does he want to get past? Alan Degasis holding down 8th at the moment. Gapinski behind him. A good little battle list. Todd Wakefield's in that mix as well. And Alexander Bradley is under pressure at the moment from Kirk Stanley. Is Kirk going to go past here, or is he going to lift? No, he's going to look to the inside as Gapinski goes past Degasis as well up front. You can see them coming down towards the left-hander. So Todd Wakefield up into 10th spot now. There've been a couple of off tracks, but nothing major on the incident board at the moment, which is great to see. Zach Plum, keen to get past Hansen, goes to the outside. They're very close. Oh, tries to change his line. Going to run wide here and see if he can get him down the inside, going towards the S's. Gets a great run out of the corner to Zach. Side by side with Bryon. He's going to have to bow out of it though. Discretion being the better part of valor there for sure. Would be very optimistic for him to dive down the inside there. He's sitting back there in 16th spot. Suleman Khan up in front of him, trying to make hay while the sun shines. Eric Legou from Canada Right behind Zach at the moment. Just scanning down the board, there's been no major changes. Bradley having another go at Kirk Stanley. They swap positions again. Might be playing leapfrog as they try and close in on Todd Wakefield. Sitting in 10th with Degasis in front of him. Gapinski's made up another spot. He's up now into 7th spot. So a good run from him so far today. We'll be dragging these guys through, but the number 4 car with that excellent livery, gorgeous livery, on a charge. Now, how long before Greg Boyce decides to have a go? He's up behind Alexander. Those two have got a bit of breathing space now over Gapinski. So it might be a last lap attempt from Greg if he decides to have a go for it. Henson's back in front of Plum. Those two are fighting hell for leather. There's been a crash. Mark's had an issue in the 15 car. Weird one. Had a few issues out there. This is the previous lap, just too much ripple strip there from him. So they're the two he's had. Legoo had an off track. Nothing too dramatic there, but no positional changes for the top 3. They're all sitting there being patient. Morony goes forward. He's up into 11th now. He needs to pick up these spots, at least get in front of Alexander. Alexander with problems with his force feedback, which we all know about. We mentioned before. Suleman Khan comes up behind Kirk Stanley, getting a nice little tow along. Now there's been contact out there. This is Zach Plum. Oh, that's bizarre. That is bizarre. Brian Hansen and Zach Plum having that coming together. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know what to put down for that. They can't get back onto the track. They're all tangled up and a whole heap of spots lost. Nathan Morony in 11th spot, desperately trying to bridge this gap. Back to Todd Wakefield as we go on board with him. Just feathers the throttle through that section of the racetrack. 11 minutes of this race left to go. No major changes. Alexander Borgersrud sitting back there in 4th spot in front of his nearest rival, so at least he has that in his favour. 1.5 now to Todd Wakefield from Nathan Morony. I think Zach's had another issue. I don't know if it's the same one. Yeah, I think that might be a retirement. Here's the battle for second. Sagasa up behind Purvis. Onto the back straight they come. Gee, they make it look easy, don't they? They fair dinkum make it look easy. Now is he going to have a go? No, he's still prepared to sit there and wait. Won't be long before he has a launch. We've only got 9 minutes left to go. Toomey's fallen out of the slipstream now. He's 1.3 behind. Trying to bridge that gap to get it back. 6.4 back to Alex. We've still got Greg sitting right behind him. Then Robbie Wright in 6th spot with daylight at the front windscreen and in the revision mirror, which doesn't exist in a V, but you know what I mean. Gapinski, Degasis, staying with him. Rodrigo, sitting in there. I wonder if he's going to have a go and try and get past. Can't do it there. Then we go back to Todd Wakefield. Nathan Morony closing the gap. He's taking Kirk Stanley with him. Not much between that lot. Another big recovery drive. Problems for Todd Wakefield. He went straight ahead. He went straight ahead there. Let's go back and take another look at it. What happened? Oh, the back of the car just stepped out. He managed to gather it all back up, so great from him. Dylan Kerrig had an issue as well, just a bit of an off track there. Manages, gathers it all up, but loses a whole heap of momentum. So Morony in 10th spot now, sets his sight on the Brazilian, who is 2.6 down the track. Rodrigo just staying with Degasis at the moment. He's got Gapinski pulling away from him as well. Now Toomey, a bit surprised by this. He hasn't been able to, at the end, they got to the end of the straight, so slipstream would have been an issue, but he's got 1.6 in 3rd spot to try and get up to 2nd spot and get back into this slipstream. But unfortunately, there's so many parts of this circuit which will just lend themselves to the slip, including where they are at the moment. As we go back to Degasis in 2nd spot. He's just biding his time. It's only going to be one attempt. If he has one attempt, he's in trouble. That will bring Toomey back into the battle very, very quickly. So, Rodrigo wants to have a go at Allen in the 2 car. He knows he's got Morony closing the gap, and it'd be good to get past. He's closed right up. He's within 0.3 of Degasis at the moment. Can't do anything about it here. Allen takes a wider line to come onto the back straight to try and give himself more momentum. Now does the slipstream work here? Gapinski's gone straight to the inside to try and break any possible chance that Allen would have of getting a draft. Now Rodrigo lifts. He's happy to sit there. You could just hear him lift. Toomey's managed to pick up a 10. What happened with Nathan? Just run wide. Just run wide. I don't know if that's what he was referring to. Kirk Stanley will take homage from that. He's back up behind him. Now Bradley is his next target to try and get back into 10th. We'll probably get him down the straight where the slipstream's the biggest. Yeah, I just thought Braden might have had a bit of a go earlier, Joel. Joel's mentioned in chat that Braden knows that 2nd is the place to be coming onto the main straight on the last lap. It's going to be a hell of a last lap. I can't wait for it. We're only under 5 minutes away from seeing it. This is the man he's talking about, who's driving a very, very tactical race. Morony gets past Bradley down the straight. Bradley tries to go around the outside to maintain some momentum there to stop Stanley from having a go at him. Let's see what Kirk can do. He's starting to come under pressure now from Todd Wakefield, who's on the charge back as well. So it's a four-way dice here. No positional changes up front at all. Shaun Gapinski in 7th spot. Rodrigo holds down 9th. Morony back into 10th, as you can see on your screen. And Alex Bradley, we go back to Kirk Stanley and Todd Wakefield. So Alex pulling out of the slipstream there on Morony. Now he's a bit closer. Is he going to have a look? No, he's lifting. Just trying to stay with him. That allows Kirk to close that gap a little bit more. What a ripper. What a ripper of a race we're facing. Back up at the front of the pack. No positional changes there at the moment, but you can see nothing between them. Braden's sitting there, waiting, biding his time, and he knows now. The great thing for him is he knows that they've dropped Toomey, who's now 2 seconds behind, and that allows him the opportunity to attack at least a couple of times on that final couple of laps where he chooses to do it. Where's he going to have a go? 2 minutes and 50 left to go in this session. Pressure is on. Second last lap we're facing at the moment. Action further back in the pack. Oh, wow. Kirk Stanley off track. Suleman Khan picks up a spot. Wakefield's up to 11th. Morony back there in 12th now. So Morony had an incident. Is this an off track? Oh, a tag. Oh, a big tag. A big tag. Wow. Let's see from Kirk Stanley's point of view. Yeah, I'll stay out of that one, I think. Let's go back to the battle for the race lead. Final lap. White flag on display. This is going to be a draft, you would think, to the final checkered flag. Now, unfortunately, with the timing system I'm using, once they cross the line, once they lift, their positions still change. So stick around. We will go back and check the official results so we get it 100% right. But Purvis is led from start to finish, qualified in pole position, the 5.1k driver, 3.3 safety rating, commanding at the moment. It's Degasis. Down the back straights, my guess, is where he's going to have an almighty launch. Or is he going to wait till the front straight? He's got plenty of time to think about it. And Boyce is only 2 behind, 0.2 behind Alexander as well. And Alexander will be fighting hard to maintain this one. Let's see. Let's go with the far chase. I think that'll be the best way to watch this battle. So he's going to wait till the start-finish line. He's in the slipstream, closing the gap. Braden Degasis. Yeah, just biding his time at the moment. Pressure starting to tell there. Lachlan just a little bit wide, misses the apex. Definitely watching the revision mirror. Nice through that section of the track. He's led from start to finish, taken pole. It'll almost be bad justice if he can't take it out, but he knows that Braden is in the perfect spot. 0.3 on the timing monitor, the gap between first and second. Toomey sitting back there in third. He's unchallenged on this final lap. Greg has got past Alexander. Moves up to fourth, so he took that lunge down the back straight. Or has Alex allowed him past? I don't know. Is Alex playing the cunning game? We'll go back and check after we see what happens here. Braden 2 more turns to go. Comes to the kink, gets on the gas, in the slipstream. Lachlan Purvis, will he take out round 8, or is it going to be Braden? He tries to break the slipstream. They come down across the line. No, it's going to be Braden that takes it out. Lachlan that takes it out over Braden. Now let's go back and see what Alex is doing. He's right in the slipstream now. Pulls out, comes down to across the line. Does he get 4th? Checkered flag out. Yes, he picks up vital points. Further back behind them, Degasis sits back there in 8th spot. Gapinski in front of him. A great drive from him. Rodrigo is back there in 9th spot in the slipstream, but too far behind. Tom Wakefield will round out your top 10. Well, it all came down to the slipstream on the final lap. Now, there was an incident with the 46 car. Yeah, just on his own there. So while we wait for the results to come up, let's go back and take a look at some of the incidents during this race. We'll go back to Nathan.
Yeah, good to see you, Todd.
Oh, he was so lucky there.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, Greg.
Not to be cleaned out. Not to be cleaned up. This is Byron. Oh, unlucky clipping with
Right
Todd
on.
Wakefield.
Thanks for coming out. Next week is Interlago, so that'll be a fun one.
Here's Byron.
We can try.
Got a great run, then just picked up too much ripple strip. Herring with a bit of an issue.
I hitched my rat.
Nothing too dramatic there.
At the start.
Gapinski. We saw that one a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Good race, boys. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, it sounds like everyone had good
Yeah,
fun,
thanks
which
for,
is
coming
what it's
out.
all
Glad
about.
to
Let's
see
go
you
and check
guys
these
join up,
results.
and, hope you can,
I'll just
make
save this race.
like some of the other races.
Let's go take a look, see if the results have been posted yet. Not yet, but it won't be too far away. Just stick around, they'll come up. Could have had fun without that lap 1 incident. I think, is that Nathan? I'm not sure who that is. I don't recognize the tag. Just waiting for the results to come into play. Won't be too far away. I hope. They popped up pretty quick last week. So let's see. I tell you what, we'll come back in a sec as soon as we. Oh, it's Alex. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, man. You had a torrid time there, but we enjoyed your little commentary from the car, letting us know what was wrong.
The cooldown room. A lot to unpack from that race.
Incredible finish, especially for the number 7 car.
Yeah, just still waiting for these results to come up. Sorry, Alex, but what can you do? What can you do? I have got just the worst timing with you, don't I? Every time I go to you, there's some sort of problem. No wonder you hate me. I don't blame you. Oh. Would have thought these results would have been up by now. They popped up pretty quick last week. We might have to leave it there, but we saw exactly how it finished up. It was an outstanding race, particularly at the pointy end of the field. And I'm sure that Rob and the team will post those results up. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We do appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next week when we take on round number 10. Bye for now.